class 03 now. So that is this. Vision.
calculators. We're still trying to adjust on this new platform. Alright, so if you are here, can you just drop your location? I want to see your location. Where are you joining from? We want to recognize us and appreciate our presence. Tonight we are going to be concluding on what we started last week. Vision architecture. Architecture speaks of design. Where there is no vision, the people cast off restraint. The system perish. So we are looking at vision architecture. Alright, so tonight, like I rightly said, we started this particular topic last week, Friday, and so I'll just read out our objective tonight. What are the things we are looking at? What are the things we focusing on tonight? We are going to be understanding the difference between vision and goals. We are going to look at how to create your life vision across 8 areas. There are basically 8 areas that you must have a well-defined vision. You're going to know how to use your RAS, R-A-S, that's the reticular activating system, which is one of the most powerful tools that God has given us, that we have as humans. You're going to be able to make your vision real and detailed. And you're going to build momentum towards your vision. So these are the things we are going to be looking into tonight as we explore vision architecture. Like you rightly know, who is an architect? An architect is a designer of buildings. An architect is someone who crafts and designs the blueprint for a particular structure. So, as an individual, as an organization, as a system, as a corporate body, you must understand how to design the end from the beginning. You must understand how to build from scratch by having a blueprint of where you are going to from where you are. It doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter your foundation, it doesn't matter the inadequacies or things that have gone wrong in the past. You can redesign the outcome of your life. And that is the reason why we're having this session today. So first, let's look at the power of vision. Let's look at the power of vision. Your brain has what is called RAS. RAS is R-A-S. And RAS stands for Reticular Activating System. Reticular Activating System. So what's the function of your RAS? Your RAS is actually what positions you for opportunities. Alright? It filters what you notice and causes your entire environment to sync in alignment with the vision that is in your heart. This is usually the simple, practical exercise to fully exemplify RAS. When you ask a person to observe, let's say you're walking in the street and you're asked to observe maybe a particular color of cars, let's say black cars, and you're asked, how many black cars have you seen today? At the instant, you may not be able to categorically say, okay, this is the number of black cars that I've seen. But immediately after that question, your consciousness reorders. Now you have a vision, now you have an expectation. So you begin to be on the lookout for black cars. And from that time onwards, you will notice every single black car that passes. Sometimes you might even mistaken maybe a dark blue or navy blue car for a black car, because you are just trying, your brain, your entire system is just trying to identify black in everything, because you now have a focus. So that is the power of your RAS, and that's the power of vision. Once you cast a vision that this is where I'm going to, this is what I want to achieve, then the opportunities to make that happen, which has always been there but you didn't pay attention to before, you begin to identify them. So when you have a clear vision, your RAS notices opportunities related to that vision. You see them everywhere. You begin to see them everywhere. For example, let's say I decide to learn marketing. Suddenly, I'll begin to notice marketing articles online, marketing courses, people who know marketing, job postings for marketers. Those things were always there, but I didn't know. I didn't pay attention to them until I set my focus, I set my gaze on that aspect. So without vision, you miss opportunities. That's the simple thing. Without vision, you miss opportunities. Without vision, the opportunities that you should have entered into, you should have accessed, you miss them. With visions, opportunities appear everywhere. Because now there is a focus. Now there is something you are looking out to get. So let's look at it. I said we're going to be looking at you designing a vision around 8 core areas of your life. So I'm going to start with the first one. you must have a vision for personal growth. What kind of a man, what kind of a woman do you see yourself becoming in the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? What kind of skill sets will you have? What kind of platforms will you be positioned? What kind of places will you be? These are questions that makes for personal growth. So you want to infuse yourself with the right kind of knowledge, right kind of relationship, right kind of association that will cause you to be able to attain onto that level of growth in your personal life. So, when you have dealt with designing and architecting the personal growth vision, then you have what I call the health or fitness. How do you want to look and feel? Alright? How do you want to look and feel? Your health, your appearance. So there should be a vision for your health. You know, a lot of people, the average person lives life without having a focus, without having a direction. Anything goes. So because there is no health vision, they eat anything, they carry their body anyhow, anything just is acceptable. But once you have a clear vision of your health, how you want to look at 50, at 70, for those that want to live up to 100, at 100, 120, 150, depending. Alright? You have a health and fitness vision that shows or draws a blueprint of how you want your life to go. This will impact on the food you eat, on your attention to exercise your body. Some people hardly exercise. Some people hardly take workouts. Why? Because there is no vision for health. Once you've done designing the vision, the outcome you want for your health, the next aspect is family and relationships. Who are the people you want to choose as your friend? Who are the people that should be in your inner circle? You know, a lot of things about life is more about relationship. Access is by relationship. Opportunities come by relationship. Information, right information, come through your relationship. Every single time you are to advance from point A to point B, there must be a relationship that will take you there. So you have to have a vision. Who are the people that I want to relate with? What kind of personalities must be within my sphere of influence? And relationship is in 3 levels. You must be able to architect and design your relationship, what I call the above relationship. And the above relationship has to do with the people above you, your mentors, your leaders, the people you look up to. These are people that in one way or the other have already achieved some of the things you want to achieve. So you must be able to build relationship above. And then you have the mid-level relationship, which have to do with your colleagues, your friends, the people within your sphere of influence. For example, the people above you in the above level of relationship must be people that can speak to you, tell you things, give you instructions. And there is a posture you must maintain to be able to maintain such relationship. They are not your colleagues. They are not your friends. They are people that can instruct you. They are people that you should be open enough to be corrected, to be instructed, to be told, this is how to go by it. Don't do it this way. And you must not be offended when such instruction comes, because those instructions are to shape and align you for greatness. A lot of people have been disconnected from such relationship because they feel such persons are not supposed to tell them what to do, but that is their duty in your life. Because some of the things you want to achieve, they've already attained onto it. So in the real sense of it, they have nothing to lose by not having you around them. So humility is the key to maintain yourself in that level of relationship. And then you have the second level, which is the mid-level relationship, where you relate with your colleagues. You relate with your colleagues, you relate with people, your contemporaries, your classmates, your people you interact with in the workplace, colleagues at work, friends around your environment. There is also a posture of mutual honor and respect that you must attune yourself to be able to maintain such relationship. Because a lot can happen to your life either positively or negatively from such level of relationship. So there must be a vision cast around the people you relate with, your family. And then the third level of relationship is people below you. You can't be receiving above, maintaining mutual relationship at colleague level, and then you don't have people you are pouring into. You must have people that are drinking from you also. You must have people at lower level that you are trying to also help and come up. So you must not live a life that is just all about you. You want to own it all, can it all, keep it all. You are not flowing out. You are like a lake. No. Greatness comes by reason of pouring, by reason of giving. So you must have people under you that are looking up to you, that you are investing your time in, investing your resources on, such that they too can be able to climb up the ladder. So you must have vision for family, for relationship. And then if you are married, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your wife, your spouse, your husband, then family relationship that has to do with your extended family, your nuclear family, all those things have to be put into perspective. You must be able to furnish those relationships. This is what makes for greatness. This is what makes for wealth creation. Remember the 4 pillars of SOP? In SOP, we are looking at equipping us to become rounded men and women such that we'll be able to have sound knowledge as regards to financial literacy, how to make money, manage it and multiply it. And then the second pillar, which is the pillar of skill acquisition, we are looking at how to build skills that last, and not just hard skills, but also soft character skills. And then we're also looking at business development. How do you build a business? How do you create value for your world? We're looking at that in SOP. And the fourth system in SOP, or fourth pillar, is the very first one, which is purpose alignment. How do you discover who you are? Walk in the consciousness and awareness of your person. And this aspect has to do with two things: your personal awareness and the awareness of other people. These are keys that we are going to be giving us in SOP that will cause us to be able to stand out in our generation. So after you've designed your family and relationship vision, the next one is your career vision. Your income or career vision. What do you want to do for your world that they will pay you for? What goods and services do you want to produce? What value do you want to bring to the marketplace? So this has to do with your career pursuit. You have to have a vision. Where are you going to? Where are you going to play in the game of life? In the marketplace, in the economy of the world? Where are you going to be positioned? So how much do you want to earn? What kind of work do you want to do? What kind of services do you want to render to your world? There has to be a vision that covers your income and career goals. Alright, the immediate addendum to this is your financial security goal. How much do you want to save or invest? Do you have the right financial knowledge? Do you have the right skill set for wealth creation? And I believe that's one of the reasons why you are in the School of Prosperity. Here you will be teaching you how to actually architect the vision for your finances. Then spiritual and purpose. That's another area of vision. What kind of relationship do you want to maintain in the realm of the spirit? For those who are Christians, for those who are Buddhists, whatever religious subscription you have subscribed to, how far do you want to go? How deep do you want to go? You have to have a blueprint of your work with the spirit realm. And this is also where you get the sense of purpose and your life mission and assignment. There has to be a well documented blueprint of how you want these areas of your life to go. Contribution and impact. What level of impact do you want to make? There has to be a design for it. What will be your contribution to your world? How many people will be helped by whatsoever it is that you're offering to the world? And then you ought to also have a vision for fun. You know, when we're talking about this, some people feel in the Christian sect, some people feel there is one is being materialistic. No, you can have a vision. I want to get some kind of car. I want to build some kind of house. I want to be able to own some kind of treasures and all that. All those things can be documented, and you're working towards it because your vision is what leads you to your end result. So in architecting your vision, these are the different areas that you must look into. So let's now look at practical ways to activate your RAS. Remember, I said your RAS is your reticular activating system, and in activating your RAS, what you are trying to do is to make your vision real. So how do you do that? Step 1, write your vision, specific detail. For example, I want to be rich. is not a specific vision. But if you say something like, I want to earn $500,000 per month from my business, that is a vision. So you are now being specific. I want to earn $500,000 per month in my business. That's a vision. But simply saying I want to be rich is not. It's too vague. It can't be realized. There's no number to it. Then the second step after you've written your vision is to read it daily. Read your vision daily. Remind yourself that this is where I'm going to. These are the things I want to do. These are the things I want to achieve. These are the things I want to get done. Read your vision daily. At least twice or 3 times. Remind yourself again and again of the things you want to get done. Then the third step to activating your RAS is to visualize it. Visualize what you want to achieve. Close your eyes and feel it. Imagine, engage your imaginative power. See yourself in those rooms of greatness. See yourself in those platforms. See yourself in having access to those opportunities you have set. So you must visualize it. You must see it in your inner eyes, in your inner consciousness. Your heart must embrace the reality before you enter into it physically. This is where a lot of people miss out. This is where a lot of people miss out. Take step daily. That's the fourth one. After you have visualized it in your consciousness, then take step. Do something about it daily. We are currently building the #1 tech and digital skill hub in Africa and beyond. And every of my team member can attest to the fact that every single day we are doing something about where we are going. Either we are learning, we are implementing marketing strategies, we are meeting new people, we are going into collaborations. There is something we are doing on a daily basis towards achieving our vision. So the same thing is applicable in your corporate system, is applicable in your individual life, is applicable in your family. There should be something you are doing as a parent. There should be a daily input in your children. Don't just leave them that they are growing. There should be a daily input in your children towards making sure that they come out the way you want them to come out. So act towards it. That's the fourth one. Act. Take action. Take action. So let me give us this scenario, a practical application. So Funke is a 28-year-old working as a teacher, earning 80,000 per month. She feels invisible and unfulfilled. She thinks, I am not a business person, that is not for people like me. So now, how does this lady change her journey? Week 1, she steps into what I call self-discovery and identity alignment. She needs to discover herself. I am a teacher, but I am more than that. I am creative, caring, and organized. Now, she is beginning to spot some other traits of hers that are more than just being an ordinary teacher. Her journey has started, So week 2, she find her purpose. I exist to help young Nigerians become financially literate. So we're just giving this as a scenario. So she's beginning to realize, oh, more than being a teacher in a school, I can actually equip young people with knowledge in financial literacy, for example. Or I actually have the ability to maybe train other teachers to get skills other than just their teaching job. So she comes up with something of value that she can offer to her world. And then week 3, she changed her mindset. The next thing is mindset recreation, curating a new set of belief system for herself. From the old consciousness that I can't build a business to I can't build a business yet, but I am learning. You see this? So there's a shift from I can't to yes, I know I can't at the moment, but then I start learning. So she started learning how to build. Now something is already happening to this young woman, 28 years old. She's already making changes. Then at the 4th week, she creates her vision. I am going to start earning 500,000 per month by year 2. That's a clear vision. Business online. So I'm going to run online business course teaching financial literacy. I'm going to impact my world. 1,000 young Nigerians get out of poverty. 100,000, 200,000, you give it a figure. Now, this lady is taking practical steps. By the end of month 1, do you know what would have happened to Funke? Funke feels different. She feels more alive. She feels more purposeful. She starts noticing opportunities everywhere as regarding the things that she has set her heart to do. A friend says they need financial education. Opportunity shows up. She sees a course on entrepreneurship. She enrolls. Her purpose is activated and her RAS is noticing now. Did you get this? So, this is the pathway to getting from, as it were, point 0, not knowing what to do, into becoming RAS activated, and you are now able to begin to create and build, which is truly who you are. You're a creator and a builder. I believe you are getting this. So let's look at that analogy. Before month 1, Funke felt stuck in teaching job, believed business is not for me, earning 80k per month, feeling invisible and unfulfilled. Then as she began to engage the things that we have learned here, she released the belief, I am not a business person. She discovered her purpose, help young Nigerians with money. She adopted growth mindset, I can learn. Then she created a vision, I'm going to have 500k per month, helping thousands. Year 1 results. She has built an online financial literacy course. She's earning 300k per month from course, plus 80k teaching. She has impacted about 500 plus young Nigerians, feeling alive, purposeful, and making a difference. Did you see this? So, this may look so simple to say, but this is actually how it is. Because once you begin to take the step towards your architected vision, then you will see how opportunities, how platforms will begin to open up for you, and things will begin to align to the point that results becomes inevitable. Result becomes inevitable. Okay? Why those people have online?
The name does.
Hmm?
The name does.
Okay, but we have some people
Yes, we
watching.
have 4
Can
people.
we actually have our question Q&A session?
They should send it to comments section.
Okay. If you are on and you have a question, kindly send it via the comment section. Send your question via the comments section. We're going to see it from there. We're going to be answering your questions. Today is the last day in the month of May for SOP. So normally on the last day we take questions from what we have done throughout the month. We've done a lot from the beginning of this month. We've treated discovering your true identity. We've talked about your purpose blueprint, remember? We talked about mindset foundations, and we also talked about vision architecture, which is the last topic we did today. We started it last week. So we want to quickly take a review. Go ahead, drop your questions in the comment section, and if it is just a feedback you want to give, okay, this is what blessed me, this is what I have gotten throughout the month of May, or these are the action point, the things that I begin to do. Just want to make a commitment through dropping it on the comment section. Please, let's do that now. All right. While we are waiting for your comments, I'll just talk about how next month is going to be. We are making a whole lot of adjustments. Okay, I just learned that the comment section is not active here, so please, you can send your questions or your comments to the WhatsApp group. All right, send it to the WhatsApp group. We'll be able to access it. All right. Go ahead, drop your comments on the elite group. Alright, so we are yet to get any comment or question.
No, maybe just continue. Network. Because
Okay, so we'll just be laying out how we are going to run SOP for next month. We want to apologize for glitches. We are just test running the YouTube platform. As you know, we have been having our training on GT platform before now, but we are trying to transit to YouTube, and we are still getting to standardize our operation on YouTube. So please bear with us while we make this transition. So from next month, that's the month of June, we are activating the payment for School of Prosperity, and we are diving deep into everything that we have promised that we're going to be delivering to us. The month of May was used to test the waters, to get us hungry and thirsty for what is yet to come. So the entire procedure, it's going to be communicated to us on the group, and we're going to know what to do from there. So let's get ready for, be on the lookout for the information on the group that will be passed. And we're also going to be doing more like a documentary of impact. So if you are not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that, and then also follow and subscribe to our different platforms. We currently have a Facebook platform. Okay, you can see displayed on the screen. We have Facebook, we have WhatsApp group, we have TikTok, there is YouTube where we are on now. Alright, we have Instagram, there is Spotify. Alright, so you can, we are working on SOP websites, so all those platforms are available, and we want every one of our members here to actively follow us, because so that you can be able to have first-hand information once we release any updates on those platforms. So thank you so much. Remember, SOP is the place where you discover teachings on financial literacy, wealth creation, digital skills, and personal growth. These are the things we are working on. A big thank you once again for joining SOP tonight. Further information will be communicated on the WhatsApp group. And I want to use this opportunity to announce that the maiden edition of the free version of SOP will be starting in the month of June. So every Wednesday we are going to be reading out free content that will be transformative, that will be inspiring, that will steer people onto greater heights on the SOP, YouTube, Spotify, and other platforms where we are going to be sharing such content. So get ready to share. Always, once we make a post, kindly share to your groups, your friends, your families, because those things are the things that will help them to be able to stand. One of the things that you must learn to do is that don't be an island of knowledge, and don't be a lone runner. Once you are getting value, learn to share value with others. alright, so that the world can be a better place. Alright, so that the world can be a better place. So, have a wonderful night rest. We'll be calling it a day now. See you in the month of June. God bless you.